Welcome to Fear Travel, where we locate haunted places you must visit across the world. In this video, we will mention 5 most spine-chilling haunted places in Salem, Massachusetts. Number 1. The Witch House. Presently a historical center, this was the home of Judge Jonathan Corwin, one of the censuring decided during the Salem witch preliminaries. The witch trials happened in the last part of the 1600s, the point at which the town effectively attempted and executed 19 residents for rehearsing black magic. Evidence of said black magic is non-existent, and at last only noise brought about the passings of many blameless individuals. There are some who trust it's not the people in question, but rather Corwin's better half tormenting the home. Elizabeth Gibbs brought forth 14 youngsters, however just 4 made due into adulthood. While many accept it very well may be the guiltless hang tormenting the Jonathan Corwin house, others accept it very well may be rather only a lamenting phantom. Number 2. Old Burying Point Cemetery. Old Burying Point is perhaps of the most seasoned graveyard in the U.S., tracing all the way back to 1637, and is the resting spot of a couple of Salem witch trail judges and other remarkable 17th century Salem occupants. Thousands visit this cemetery every year since it's the home to the Salem Witch Trails commemoration, yet the evening time guests most frequently report apparitions. Guests have detailed Judge John Hathorne, one of the censuring witch trail passes judgment uncovered here, showing up on their film following a night spent capturing the graveyard. One more phantom accepted to torment the cemetery is Mary Brilliant Corey, who was the second spouse of Giles Corey. 8 years after their marriage, Giles Corey turned into a sad survivor of the witch preliminaries, dying in some horrible, nightmarish way, a sluggish, unbearable passing by being squeezed. With so many who either upheld or grieved the witch preliminaries covered right close to one another, it's no big surprise this is viewed as quite possibly of the most spooky memorial park in New England. Number 3. Samuel Pickman House. Found right behind Old Burying Point is the notable Samuel Pickman House. This is perhaps of the most seasoned leftover home in Salem, worked in 1665, and is currently claimed by the Peabody Exhibition Hall. The residence is supposed to be spooky by a little kid who, alongside her mom, was killed here by her dad who had gradually gone crazy. There is minimal verifiable proof to back up the dad's hyper-murder self-destruction, yet regardless, various individuals have professed to see a full-bodied nebulous vision of a young lady in the home's upper floor window. Furthermore, individuals in the space have revealed ethereal voices around evening time, which especially sound like kids. Number 4. Joshua Ward House. In the last part of the 1700s, Joshua Ward was a well-off ocean trader who fabricated a home so beautiful George Washington himself remained here. The graceful block home, which is currently recorded on the public register of noteworthy spots, was sadly based on a plot of land which 100 years earlier was claimed by George Corwin. Corwin, the nephew of recently referenced Judge Jonathan Corwin, was likewise a basic figure in the witch trails. At 25 years old, he was selected High Sheriff of Essex Province, a job which included marking capture and execution orders, taking individual property, and completing executions. Sheriff George Corwin was associated with all of the Salem witch trails' uncouth passings. It ought to shock no one that the land in which Corwin resided and passed on is presently accepted to be perhaps of the most spooky spot in Salem. The house is believed to be spooky by 2 male spirits, perhaps George Corwin himself and one of the preliminaries' casualties, Giles Corey, notwithstanding 1 female soul. Guests have professed to encounter cold spots, immaculate books and pictures tumbling from racks, and candles softening despite the fact that they were rarely lit. Most broadly, a puzzling female figure appeared in a photograph during a vacation party held here in 1981. The photograph shows the figure of a pale lady with a head full of dim, wavy hair, a look that matched no party participant. The house is presently a lodging, the shipper, and indeed, you can go through the night here. Number 5. Gallows Hill. Gallows Hill. It presumably won't shock you to discover that this is quite possibly at the most spooky spot in Salem. As referenced over, this was once accepted to be where the witch preliminary hangings occurred. While it has formally been exposed, this actually stays a problem area for paranormal movement. Not at all like Delegate's Edge, Hangman's Tree Slope has every one of the creepy energies you'd anticipate from a supposed execution site. Many trust this to be Salem's most startling tormented fascination. As a matter of fact, the scary park has for some time been known to leave guests with an outlandish sensation of fear and gloom, a case to have started to sob uncontrollably for reasons unknown after entering the recreation area. This has yet to be addressed, if not the censured witches, who precisely is tormenting this park. These are just a few haunted places in Salem you should visit. Subscribe to our channel to find out what haunted places to travel to next.